So why does Lupe Fiasco hate Kid Cudi? I mean, these two were once on very good terms. In 2010, Cudi battled some very heavy and very personal drug-related issues and was even charged with criminal mischief. In an interview with Complex in September of that year, when asked who was there for him during the aftermath, Cudi himself would say that besides the fam and Yeezy and Don C, there is one artist in this game who has always had my back and had nothing but love to show, and that's Lupe Fiasco. Every time I see that man, it's nothing but love. I saw him a little after it and he was like, "I'm worried about you, man, just checking in." He's somebody who I know really genuinely gives a fuck. So where did things go wrong? In the summer of 2014, Lupe would announce that he would provide personalized verses to fans for $500 and even record it in a studio of their choosing for an additional $500. Cudi would take to Twitter to call Lupe out and ask what he planned on doing with the money that he'd get from the fans, and asked if he planned on opening a charity or something of that nature because it sounded a bit sketchy to him. Lupe would respond by saying that he'd do the same thing that he does with money from his non-personalized verses. Cudi would respond seemingly warning his fans about this idea and would go on to call Lupe a swindler. The back and forth was brief, but things seemed to fizzle out with no real harm done. However, a few months later in January of 2015, after a brief dispute between Lupe and Azealia Banks that followed controversy surrounding Kendrick Lamar's comments in a Billboard interview, Cudi would subtweet Lupe with the following: "Dear black artist, don't talk down on the black community like you're God's gift to niggas everywhere." Suddenly, a wild Lupe would appear telling Cudi to shut up and get the fuck out of here. Cudi would reply with laughter and stating that we got him mad, and Lupe would reply on a more serious note saying, "How about you stop shitting on the people who really cared about your well-being while this biz was ripping you apart, fake ass @Kid Cudi." Cudi's reply shortly after would read, "My comments come from a place of love. Sorry if I offended anyone except Lupe Fiasco. Fuck that nigga's feelings, ha ha dweeb." And Lupe, of course, would resume replying to Cudi and some of the fans who questioned why things had to go this far. The disdain would be reignited once more in 2016, but Lupe was more so chiming in on Cudi's feud with Drake. Cudi seemingly took shots at Drake and Kanye for having ghostwriters, and Drake responded on two birds, one stone, and at the time, Cudi was in rehab on his own admission. Cudi would seemingly threaten Drake with a stern tweet insisting that this isn't a game and telling him to say it to his face. Lupe would scoff at the idea that Cudi was willing to confront Drake physically but not him, but answering a fan's tweet, he said that if Cudi apologized, this would all be water under the bridge. But of course that never happened because Drake and Cudi patched things up as we see on Certified Lover Boy, and if asked if Lupe would be skipping Cudi's verse, Lupe responded, "Fuck Cudi for life." Yep,